Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive.
Yeah.
Today, we're going to be looking at some really interesting stuff happening over at OpenAI.
Yeah.
And as I'm sure you know, OpenAI is the company behind these incredible AI tools like ChatGPT
Yeah.
and ILA.
Yeah.
And these tools are, they're changing the world right before our eyes.
Yeah. It's amazing.
But things aren't all sunshine and roses behind the scenes at OpenAI.
Right.
We've got a fascinating article here that points to some serious internal turmoil.
Yeah, and the court issue seems to be AI safety.
AI safety. Wow.
Yeah.
So this isn't just like, gossip or rumors.
Right.
This is some pretty high-profile departures from OpenAI.
Huge red flags.
Yeah, exactly.
So to paint you a clearer picture, let's start with one of the most significant departures.
Okay.
Miles Brundage.
Miles Brundage. Now, that's a name that might not be instantly recognizable to everyone, but his role at OpenAI was absolutely crucial.
Yeah, he was their senior advisor for AGI Readiness.
AGI Readiness. What is that?
Well, AGI stands for Artificial General Intelligence, and it basically means AI that can do any intellectual task that a human can.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So Brundage's job was to make sure that AI doesn't go rogue,
Yeah.
like we see in all those sci-fi movies.
Yeah, like a Terminator or something.
Exactly. And that's what makes his departure so unsettling.
Okay, I'm starting to get a little unsettled.
His entire team was disbanded.
Oh, wow. So this is serious.
Very serious.
So, people leave companies all the time, right?
Sure.
What makes this so different?
Well, the article hints at something deeper in one of it. Brundage states that he needs more freedom to publish his research without constraints.
What do you think that means?
Well, it suggests a potential clash within OpenAI between their original goals of developing safe AI and their current focus on commercial success.
So it's like they're rushing to create the next big thing and maybe forgetting about the need to proceed with caution.
Yeah, it's a bit
It's
unsettling.
definitely unsettling.
And it's not just Brundage who's left.
Oh, right. There were others, weren't there?
Yes. The article mentions the departures of Chief Technology Officer Mira Murati, Chief Research Officer Bob McGrew, and even one of the co-founders, Ilya Sutskever.
Oh, wow. Okay, so this isn't just one disgruntled employee.
Right, it seems like a pattern.
And if we connect these departures back to Brundage's concerns, it paints a bit of a worrisome picture, right?
Absolutely. It's almost as if OpenAI might be prioritizing speed and profit over the careful and ethical development of AI.
So are we rushing toward creating super intelligent AI without fully considering the consequences?
That's a question we need to ask.
So what's Brundage doing now? Is he just going to sit on a beach somewhere and worry about the robot apocalypse?
Well, actually, the article says he's planning to focus on AI policy and advocacy.
Okay, so he's not giving up.
No, it seems like he's taking a more proactive approach.
That's good to hear.
He believes we need global collaboration and a more structured approach to ensure that AI development benefits humanity, not just a select few.
Right.
He stresses that a zero-sum mentality between nations when it comes to AI development could be disastrous.
Like an AI arms race.
Exactly. And who knows what the consequences of that could be.
So we've got this picture emerging of a company, OpenAI, that may be moving away from its initial focus on safety. And we've got a key player, Miles Brundage, leaving and calling for more transparency, collaboration, and careful consideration of AI development. What do we do with all of this? Where do we go from here?
That's a great question, and one that we're going to explore more deeply in the next part of our deep dive.
Yeah.
We'll look at the potential risks of unchecked AI development and discuss what steps we can take to ensure a safer, more ethical future for this powerful technology. Stay tuned.
I'm a little scared, but okay, I'll stay tuned. Welcome back. We're in the middle of unpacking this really complex situation over at OpenAI, and it's clear that the stakes are unbelievably high.
Absolutely.
We're not just talking about some, cool new tech gadget here.
Right.
We're talking about something that has the potential to fundamentally reshape our world.
It really does.
And that's why those concerns that people like Miles Brundage are raising are so important.
Yeah, we can't just, blindly celebrate every AI advancement without thinking about the downsides.
So let's talk about those downsides.
Right.
What are some of the specific risks we're looking at if AI development keeps going at this crazy pace without thinking about safety?
Well, one of the biggest worries is the possibility of unintended consequences.
Unintended consequences.
Yeah, so as these AI systems become more complex and autonomous, it becomes harder and harder to predict exactly how they'll act in every situation.
So we might program an AI to do a specific thing,
Right.
but we can't always know every single way it might try to get that thing done.
Exactly. It's like imagine an AI that's supposed to make traffic flow better in a city.
Okay.
That sounds great.
Yeah, less traffic.
But what if it ends up causing even worse traffic jams because it didn't consider something unexpected?
Like
Like a huge rainstorm
oh yeah.
or a big football game letting out.
Okay, I see what you mean. And those unintended consequences could have pretty big real-world impacts.
Oh, absolutely. And as we get closer to AGI,
Yeah.
the potential for problems just explodes.
AGI, right? Artificial General Intelligence.
Right. Think about an AI that manages a power grid.
Okay.
If its only goal is to be as efficient as possible,
Uh-huh.
it might overload the whole system and cause blackouts everywhere.
Whoa.
Yeah. And these scenarios might sound like they're from a sci-fi movie,
They do.
but they're a serious reminder that how we decide to develop AI today could have huge and lasting consequences.
And the fact that all these people are leaving OpenAI shows us that even some of the top minds in the field are seriously worried about where things are going.
Yeah, when someone like Brundage, who's spent his entire career focused on AI safety,
Mm-hmm.
feels like he has to quit a company like OpenAI,
Yeah.
it raises some big questions about if the industry as a whole is really committed to responsible development.
So it's not just about the technology itself, it's about the people and the organizations that are making it and what their values are.
Right.
So what can we do to make sure that AI development is done ethically and safely?
Well, one big step is to have more transparency and accountability from the people developing AI.
Transparency and accountability.
Yeah. Companies like OpenAI need to be open about the potential risks of what they're doing.
Right.
And they need to be willing to talk openly with everyone about how to reduce those risks.
So it shouldn't feel like some secret club, right?
Exactly.
Where only a few people get to decide the future of something that could affect all of us.
Yeah, we all need to be a part of this conversation.
So we need more open discussion, but what else?
We also need strong regulations and ethical guidelines for how AI is developed.
Okay, so not just talking, but also rules.
Yeah, governments and international organizations need to step up and create frameworks that encourage responsible innovation while also protecting society from potential harm.
So it's like how we think about things like nuclear energy or genetic engineering.
Exactly. We need to have similar safeguards in place for AI.
It sounds like a lot of different things need to happen.
It does, and this brings us back to what Brundage said about global collaboration.
Right.
If countries start thinking about AI development as a race, trying to cut corners on safety just to get ahead,
But are going to lose. That's a scary thought. Is instead we all need to work together to make sure that AI helps all of humanity.
Okay, so big picture, global cooperation and working together, but what can everyday people do?
Yeah, what can our listeners do to be more informed and involved in all of this? It can feel a little overwhelming.
It does feel pretty overwhelming, to be honest.
Yeah, it's understandable. But remember, the future of AI isn't already decided.
Okay, that's good.
We all have a role to play in shaping it. The first thing I'd say is to learn more about AI, both its potential and its risks.
Don't panic, but do your research.
Right. There's some great resources available online and in libraries.
Okay, so step one, get informed. What else can people do?
Don't be afraid to talk about AI with your friends, family, and coworkers.
Start a conversation.
Yeah, the more we talk about this, the more likely we are to find solutions that work for everyone.
It's about getting involved and not just sitting back and letting things happen.
Absolutely.
What about supporting organizations that are working on AI safety? That's a great idea.
Yeah.
There are some fantastic organizations out there, like the one Brundage is involved with, that are doing important work in this area.
Right.
They need our support to keep pushing for responsible AI development.
So be informed, speak up, and support the good guys.
I like it.
This has been quite a journey so far, and we've covered a lot, but we're not done yet. In the final part of our deep dive, we'll wrap things up and leave you with some food for thought. Stay tuned. Welcome back to our deep dive, everybody. It's been quite a journey looking into what's been happening at OpenAI.
Yeah, a lot to think about.
We've talked about, those high-profile departures like Miles Brundage leaving, and the bigger concerns about, are we developing AI safely?
We're moving too fast.
Yeah, and what are the risks if we don't slow down?
Exactly.
So, as we wrap up this deep dive,
Okay.
what are some of the big takeaways you'd like our listeners to remember?
Well, one of the things that really sticks out to me is that the future of AI isn't some, predetermined thing.
Right.
It's something that we are actively creating right now through the choices we make.
So we have a voice, we have a say in this.
Absolutely. It's crucial that we use our voices to steer AI development in a direction that aligns with, our values as humans.
So it's kind of empowering in a way, right?
It is. It is. We're not just along for the ride.
Yeah, we can actually help shape the future of this technology.
Exactly. And that brings me to another key point. responsible AI development.
Responsible AI
Yeah,
development.
what does that mean?
I mean, what does that look like?
It means putting safety, transparency, and accountability at the forefront of everything we do with AI,
Yeah.
from the very beginning of research and development all the way to how it's used in the real world.
So it's not just about, building something cool and innovative, but also something safe, ethical, and that actually benefits humanity.
Exactly. We need to make sure AI is a force for good.
Right. And lastly, can you just reiterate the importance of staying informed and engaged in these conversations about AI?
Yes, absolutely. This field is changing so rapidly.
It really is.
We need to stay up to date on what's happening and how it might affect us.
So read articles, listen to podcasts like this one,
Yeah.
go to talks, and most importantly, talk to each other.
Yes. The more informed and engaged we are, the better we'll be able to deal with the challenges and opportunities that AI presents.
It's a call to action, folks.
Yeah.
Don't just sit back and watch this unfold, get involved.
Exactly.
This deep dive has given me a lot to think about, and I'm sure our listeners are feeling the same way. Any final thoughts before we wrap up?
I do. I'd like to leave our listeners with a question, something to ponder as they learn more about AI.
Okay, hit us with it.
What responsibility do companies like OpenAI have to put safety ahead of profit?
Especially when they're developing something as powerful as AI.
Exactly. And how can we as individuals, as a society, hold them accountable for the ethical implications of their work?
Those are some tough questions.
They're complex questions with no easy answers, but they're questions we have to face if we want to make sure AI benefits everyone.
It's a powerful question to end on. It reminds us that the future of AI is not just in the hands of a few tech companies, it's in all of our hands. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, everyone. We hope you found it informative and thought-provoking. Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep learning at